come through for G2. Perkz gets that massive shutdown onto Inax. He's now completed the Void Staff. And the Ocean Drake spawns in 2 minutes. Schalke want this to get themselves the Ocean Soul. Very valuable upgrade.
You can see Schalke all playing down towards this bottom side of the map. They don't really have any deep vision, but they are trying to clear out what little vision G2 had. And as you said earlier, Vedius, no one expected this. No one could have thought this would be the case, because there's no troll draft here from G2. You can't even say there's a Soraka or a Sona pick or something. There is no excuse that G2 could rest on if they lose this game, only to say Schalke were better. Schalke was superior on the day. Now, Perkz is realm warping forward once again in that bottom lane, but Odoamne there to react, there to understand.
Yeah, but I don't think Odoamne can hold him anymore, because Ryze only gets stronger into this point in the game, whereas the Aatrox starts to kind of plateau off. Looks like he's going for a GA, and he's getting some good trades, but...
Oh, flashing forward, trying to get...
As I say that...
Odo can do this. Perkz doesn't have flash. Perkz has no way out. Perkz
he just solo kills him. Odoamne just... He just sits me right down, straight up obliterates Perkz on the rise, and now Schalke want to go for the fight.
There's a reason Odo has been in 9 of the 10 playoffs in splits he has competed in, because he can do stuff like this. Already killed Perkz, now they get
the Raptors screwed Mickey. He couldn't use his Q because the Raptors were in the way. Now with Baron alive again, Schalke find another perfect pick, and it's on to Perkz once more. Perkz in a side lane. That's the third time this game that he has been caught out. And Schalke have been able to convert it into something. Back and forth is what we've seen from this game, but that might be the final nail in the coffin unless Caps can find another backdoor.
Inax knew this was happening. Inax was basing before
he has teleport as well.
He has teleport. He can join back Caps. Can you win the 1v1? Can Jankos get the steal? G2 on their last legs here. You have to feel Jankos gonna have to blast Cone away. Dreams jumps forward. Caps and Inax still trading in that bottom lane. Jankos stepping forth, Caps going for the inhib, Jankos having to run away, and Abaraga and Lorvox will be able to take this. Caps is on the inhib, he will get that, so it's a Baron for inhib trade. Inax didn't want to go for the pure 1v1, but maybe he can chase now.
My god, just look at the minimap. You can see how obnoxious G2 is to play against. Bot is pushing, mid is pushing, top is pushing. This should have been Schalke's control of the map.
Into mid.
They're TPing. What are they looking for?
Into mid?
They're looking for the collapse on the Caps and Wonder.
There,
no TP is available on Caps. What's Perkz doing?
Yeah,
Perkz is backdooring.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, he's the one TP. I thought you were talking about Schalke. Schalke's flanking with the TP.
There's too many TPs in this game.
Okay, Ocean Drake is alive. This is what Schalke's after. They have their eyes on Caps. 5 people from Schalke are now on the Drake. What is Ryze looking to do?
So he doesn't have Baron, of course, because that's gone over to Schalke. But Jankos, they found him out.
He's dead.
Flying away. The call of force.
That's a lot of damage.
Inax is done. The fire.
Abadage
gets the petrifying gaze. The Ocean Soul goes over to Schalke, and now they're looking for more. Mickey's going to try and act as a disruption because Perkz is still pushing in the top lane. That's another. Now they're back. They've got the Baron recalls, but Perkz is going to get 2 inhibs from this. They get them. This is why G2 are so hard to play against Vedius. They take every little thing away from you.
That should have been the game right there. It should be game over. And maybe it is. Abadage.
He missed the Noxious Blast. He missed his Q. But the Conqueror stacking up. Perkz decided not to go any further. Odo on the chase with the
gotta run. Odo wants him. Woo! Okay, so Schalke get the Ocean Soul. How did they see Jankos? This is my question.
They didn't. They just expected it.
Oh, we get some information. Thank you, observers. So they see him coming over the wall, and that's how they get that kill onto him. Then the ultimate comes down from Caps and just blows up Inax, and you think, oh, maybe G2 can turn this around, but then Abadage in the bush, the snake lying in wait, lands the petrifying gaze onto 2 members, melts through the AD carries, and with no Ryze there's no DPS. But you're thinking, okay, surely Abadage and the squad can now go end the game, but look at the base! The base is in control of G2. They've taken down 2 inhibitors. And Schalke just, they can't end. G2 is making their life so difficult.
Look at the damage coming out from Perkz on Inax. Okay, so Inax is at 4 completed items. Caps is at 4.5 where the execution is calling. Rabadon's on its way for Abadaga. Void stuff complete.
I really feel like Perkz should just get a death cap.
He's not going to do it. He's going to get Zhonya's Odo now. Straight into Mickey and Caps. Now he's got the World Ender and TP's coming in behind from Inax. Caps, look at the damage. Odo just shredding through him, but Jankos has found Inax. Caps just about survives. Inax able to get across. Jankos trying to chase him down. Caps is going to go down. Inax just wins the 1v1 versus Jankos. Mickey's going to fall as well. Where's Ryze? That's always the question you have to ask here, because Perkz is splitting in the side lane again, Vedius. They have super minions pushing in that mid lane and in the bottom lane, and Perkz has one here.
Odoamne is going to deal with him. Schalke have a wave that they can actually use this time around. Wonder doing what what he can to interrupt, but those are 40-second death timers. Medic, I think this might be it. Schalke have everything they need to finally break into the base and maybe even just end the game.
Imagine your first win of the split after you've subbed your jungler, after you've subbed your AD carry, being against G2, who until this week were undefeated. We heard them say it on the desk. G2 and Schalke had the same win rate in week 4. Now Schalke are going to have a better one if they can take this game. How long have we got? 12 on Caps, 6 on Mickey. Dreams jumping in, but he's rooted underneath the turret. Bellows Breath from Wonder won't do too much, but Perks is rattling out the damage and rattling out the spells. Piece by piece, Schalke are breaking the base. Inax pops them. Oh, no, it's just a weird little visual bug there on Inax.
Wonder going to use the heal, I think. He's going to use it from the Unseal spellbook. They did have Lorx lying in wait. Bot wave is pushing. There are super minions in favor of G2. The Elder Drake spawns in 3 minutes. The Baron has worn out. Everyone is pretty much full build right now.
Just go for it. Go on, Dreams.
Oh, Schalke,
go on, Dreams.
they're looking.
Oh. No quickness on Dreams does make it a lot harder to find those connections. No flash on him either.
Can we just appreciate Schalke has 22 kills against G2? Like, they have just straight up massacred them. The problem is G2 has played the side lane so well and so obnoxiously that it has been so difficult for Schalke to convert all these kills, all these one-team fights into actual control. But now they've finally done it. 2 inhibs are down. G2 will be forced to play on the defense, which means that they either have to go for a good fight or they need to find some kind of crazy backdoor. Either way, Schalke is in full control. The Death Cap finally comes through for Perks. It has been upgraded.
The Death Crown there on Perks. Perhaps the moment that G2 needed, but Schalke now pushing up, clearing out the vision with a 14-kill lead. 8 towers to 9, 5,000 gold ahead. Schalke are knocking on the door of their first win here in 2020. Caps 94 CS ahead of Inax. Jankos jumping in, but no one really there to threaten. 50 CS lead for Perks in the mid lane, but now we're getting towards, as you say, complete builds. Basically on either side. There's a minute and a half on the Elder. Odo's come back. Last time he dealt with Perks in the 1v1. Perks still no flash. Odo has his.
I mean, Odo is full build, and he is a monster. Honestly, I'm used to Rises just 1v1ing everyone, but Odo has just been playing this so well. 6-0 and 8 right now. We talked about how he as a player has kind of been one of the shining stars for Schalke, but he is really stepping up. Him, Abadage have played this game extremely well, and now they're in a position to take down G2.
What a transformation for Schalke from last week to this. Inax coming in as well, really. I mean, he's 8-2 and 9 against Caps and against Mickey and against Perks. He's having a game of his life.
And Schalke have been so aggressive this game. It's such a big difference from what we saw from them before. They're looking for another fight. Dreams on the flank. Not going to go for it though. 5 seconds. The Baron is spawning. They're going to melt through this with the Cassio. They're going to start it off.
Here we go. Baron.
Here they go, the split push coming through.
Warp's already been used by Rise. He has got TP as well, just in a second if he's going to get back to this fight, but already the Baron's down to 4,000. Call of the Portugal coming out, Dreams, he's scratching Jankos. That should be Baron. G2 unable to fight against it, but Rise is still pushing in the side lane. Now G2 disengaged.
That's huge damage from Caps. They just have to keep them here. Look at Inax.
Rise there though. Inax, can you get back? He's going to go.
The TP.
He's TPing his Odo. He's going to get back. Just about in time.
He's back.
Inax is back as well. Now Perks, he's caught in no man's land between 2 people.
The TP coming through.
It's Odo who's going to join the fight. It's Wonder. They're all coming in. The Nexus Tower's the target. Inax going to open up on Wonder now as Perks steps forward. Odo on the chase. No flash for him, but the Infernal chase. Lorbox flashes in. G2's
the TP. Look at that. G2's base.
Abanage's in the base. Abanage's in the base. And G2 tried it, but Schalke slammed the door in their face. Mickey coming forward. Caps there as well. I don't know if Abanaga can finish this by himself. The Nexus Tower has to be the target, and the Super Minions are pushing in. Dreams now here as well to join in the fray. 3 members of G2 trying to defend, trying to save the game, but Jankos is done. Mickey is going to go down next as well as Abanaga. It's Dreams. Schalke, who better to beat for your first win of 2020 than the reigning champions. Schalke with the 2 substitutions. Schalke no longer 0-6. Now they have a win.
Schalke find their first win of the split, and it is against G2 Esports, and there are no excuses for G2. You can't blame it on draft. You don't get to use that anymore. There's no Garens, there's no Sonas. They just got outplayed. Beautiful TPs to interrupt the tower dives coming from G2 in the early game. Great team fight execution from Schalke. There was not enough threat onto Inax or the backline that meant that they could just keep at arm's length against G2. G2 did not make this game easy for them whatsoever.
God, no.
But you know, we criticized Caps yesterday. I feel like Perks got caught out on a side lane so often. And Odo Wamne is just really having the game of his life as well. So many great performances. Like, you have to give credit for Dreams, really acting as that engage tool to set up a lot of the successful fights for Schalke. Huge win for the squad.
Good job, man.
Odo Wamne, the big smile on his face.
Good job, man. Great stuff there from Schalke. You can vote for Kia Player of the Game. Odo, Abba, Daga, and Inax are your options. All three of them had Storm. Everyone on Schalke had a Barnstorm over game. Absolutely blew it out of the park. And does mean that G2 are no longer at the top of the table. They could be tied by Fnatic. They could be tied by Origin. They have been tied by Misfits, who have the head-to-head. So G2 no longer sitting solo in first place, but when we return, Odo Wamne tells you all about that insane base race before Excite Esports face off against Origin.